Well guys, today I'd like to talk to you about some bullies. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your favorite mask collector's favorite mask collector, AJ Good, here at the House of Masks, where that's right, we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day, and guess what? In today's video, we are definitely unboxing some cool stuff. And in today's video, we aren't just unboxing one box, we are unboxing two boxes. Two boxes? That's a double box. Alright, so I do know that the main focus of this video is going to be in both of these boxes. I just happened to get lucky and find two of these masks that I was looking for from two very, very cool collectors out there that wanted to help me out, but I don't know if both of these boxes contain extras. I definitely know that this bottom box right here contains some extras because David over at Perry's Music Museum let me know that he was throwing some extra stuff in, but there honestly feels like there might be some extras in the first box here. So, check this out. We've got some box art, a forever home, a good forever home, much love. Much love. And you guys will understand what that means in just a second. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the first box. This comes to us from fellow collector Todd Klitsch, a fellow Ohioan as well, and this guy is mainly a Mushroomhead collector, and this mask does have ties to Mushroomhead. So basically, I found both of these pieces by posting in the Mushroomhead Heads group. Mushroomhead Heads. Yes, the Mushroomhead Heads group over on Facebook. So I will go ahead and take this piece out right now and show you guys exactly what we are doing. Oh, there are definitely some extras in here. Very cool. So I'm gonna pull the extra out first. This looks like some sort of stage-used Mushroomhead doll head. When Mushroomhead do the old school shows, they have weird stuff like this just kind of hanging out. It gets tossed into the crowd, it's hanging off the ceiling, it's setting on the stage. They've got stuff like this, and it makes for a very cool old school atmosphere. What's this say? Perfect. Sounded like a Reggie Watts song. Well, hell yeah. Thank you, Todd. This thing will go great with my other Mushroomhead pieces over on my Mushroomhead shelf there, and I do believe that we have another Mushroomhead piece entering the collection at some point in the very near future. So, if you're into Mushroomhead, stay tuned. For right now, I'm going to set this to the side, and we will take a look at the mask that I actually purchased from Todd. And that mask is going to be none other than an old Be Something Studios bully mask. See, I told you we were gonna talk about some bullies of mine. It feels like there's something up in the hat. There's like a box in there or something. There is a box. I wonder if he meant to put this in there because it just looks like some random stuff. We've got some watches. There is a Jurassic Park The Lost World watch and a Star Wars watch. Very, very strange. I bet he just had those in there to hold the shape of the hat, but I'm going to see if Todd wants these back because I have no use for them and I have a feeling that they were accidentally sent with the mask. All right, back to the bully at hand. So this is an old Be Something Studios piece that was made kind of infamous by Skinny of Mushroomhead. And I say only kind of because he didn't really wear it too often. I think he only wore it for one summer tour and there are hardly any photos or videos of it in use. However, I was able to track some down and that is where I originally found out about this mask. And I'll tell you, there's just something very, very cool about it. Now, this is one of those pieces that people are going to be torn over. I think a lot of simpletons out there, no pun intended, won't understand the subtlety of just how creepy this piece is. Like, I get the goofy aspect of it. I think that a lot of people would look at this and just think that it is a silly mask, but I personally think that it is pretty sinister, pretty menacing, and just all around has a creepy kind of serial killer vibe. It's just a mask that I would kind of want to have with me at all times for convenience sake, in case I'm somewhere cool and want to take a cool picture but don't want to get into my full gear. I would just have this thing with me, throw it on, and have an even cooler photo because of it. And that is actually what led to me getting both of these packages featuring these bully masks. And stay tuned because the second mask is a little more special than this one, not to say that this one isn't special because there is something that makes this one special that's different from the other copy that is also special for a slightly different reason, if any of that makes sense. I'm just saying words at this point. But yeah, I was after one of these because I've had a few copies over the last decade or so, but one of those copies got lost to a haunted house that my myself and some friends worked, and that was back in like 2013 or something. And I have a current copy that resides in Dino's, but I figured that if I wanted one to kind of hang out with me at all times, one to keep in Dino's, and one to keep on a Mushroomhead shelf, that I should start looking, because Zagoni is gone, there's no chance of these things coming back, and they're only getting rarer. I mean, every day these masks are deteriorating. So I put some feelers out in the Mushroomhead Heads group. That still feels so weird to say, the Mushroomhead Heads group. And I was pleasantly surprised when Todd said that he had one that he would sell me, and then my old friend David Perry over at Perry's Music Museum said that he had one that had a slightly different hat that he was just going to send me. So, real quick, why is this particular copy from Todd special? Well, it's been signed on the inside by a few different Mushroomhead members, which doesn't mean much to me because I don't care for signatures in any capacity. Doesn't matter if it's Mushroomhead or Slipknot or Buckethead or whoever, I just don't care for signatures. And because if I'm gonna have stuff signed, it's probably not going to be like Mushroomhead signatures, but it is what it is. I still think that that makes this mask pretty cool. I will be keeping this mask because I like everything about it, and this one will end up going over in the Mushroomhead section because it's got ties to Mushroomhead and it's actually signed by Mushroomhead. Now, we checked this copy out. Let's go ahead and set him to the side. Actually, I've got a mask stand right here so he can hang out with us for the remainder of the unboxing here. All right, there we go. Now, on to the second package. And as I've mentioned, this comes to us from David Perry over at Perry's Music Museum, who has hands down one of the most incredible and impressive mask collections that I've ever seen in my life. I've actually been there in real life. I got to crash in David's kind of spare house. They have like a whole guest house that's full of collectibles, and we shot a music video out there and we got to see the museum, and it was super, super cool. So as always, shout out to David Perry. He is the man. He and his wife and their dogs are all very, very cool people that I appreciate a lot. So I think that this might be some extra stuff. I'm gonna try to show the extra stuff first. Ooh, it's another Be Something Studios hat mask, and this one is one of the more, I don't know if you would call them like race-based masks, but they definitely have some, and this looks like one of them. Now obviously you guys can tell that that's supposed to be like a black guy, but they also have a Feeling You, which is supposed to be a Chinese guy, and it's definitely racially motivated. I mean, it is a full-on caricature of some racist stuff, and I do have a couple copies of those because, you guessed it, I'm racist. No, I'm just kidding. I have a couple of copies of those because they're just cool masks, and they were also used by Mushroomhead. Tom Schmatz, the keyboardist of Mushroomhead, wore one of those at some point, and I don't even think that I can find photos of him wearing that. If I can, I'll stick them in here, but if not, it just is what it is. Trust me. But yeah, it looks like David threw in another hatted Be Something Studios mask, which is very, very cool. I will make sure to add that next to the Feeling You in Dino's. So what do we have here? This is going to be the main piece, so I'll save it for later, even though you guys already know what it is. Man, there is a bunch of stuff in here. This is kind of crazy. Seems like there's a bunch of different Funkos. 4, 5, 6, 7, and some extra. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and that thing stabbed the hell out of me. 15. Did I just say 13, 15, or did I say 14, 15? I don't know. It doesn't matter. You guys get the point. There are a bunch of individually wrapped pieces inside of here, and I'm still pulling them out. So I definitely did not expect this unboxing to go this way. But we're gonna make it work because this is awesome. We love a nice surprise, right? All right, let's see what we've got in here. This thing is the one that stabbed me, and it's right on top, so we might as well go ahead and try to pull that out. I'm trying to be gentle because if the spikes on this are a dead giveaway as to what is going on here, then I don't want to break any of them off. All right, so here we go. Oh, that is sick, dude. Straight up custom Funko Iowa Craig, which is so rad. I expected these to be like the actual official Slipknot Funko Pops, but this is much cooler. We've got some Iowa love right off the bat, and that makes me all the more excited to see what else we've got individually wrapped here because, dude, Iowa Craig to start it off, the rest of these have to be sick, right? All right. Oh my God, it's so cool. Iowa Sid, what are we talking about right now? Dude, this is so sick. If we have a full Iowa line, I'm gonna freak out. I don't even like Funkos, but these are so much cooler than Funkos. All right, who's next? Looks like a Volume 3 Joey. Very, very cool. Love to see some Joey love, obviously. I'm just gonna keep cranking them out, dude. Here we have a Jay Weinberg, and this one is a bobblehead. Dude, what are we talking about? Where do these come from? So sick. Okay, we gotta keep ripping through because I'm already at 20 minutes on this unboxing, which is crazy. And we're not even to the main mask of the second box yet. Volume 3 Corey, super sick. And don't worry, I am going to give you guys a close-up of all of these guys at the end of the video. I'm just trying to kind of rip through them right now so we can keep going with the unboxing itself. But I promise detailed shots at the end for sure. Here we have a later era Jim Root. As you can see, he's already switched to the chinless mask there, which, meh. But still better than the official Funko Pop for sure. All right, who's next? Looks like we've got another Sid. We've got the We Are Not Your Kind Darth Sidious Sid. Sick. We've got, oh dude, this one is going to be my favorite. I can already tell. Here we have Iowa Joey, the bloody Iowa mask, which I have really, really come to appreciate over the last 10 or 15 years. I never really cared about the bloody Iowa Joey when I was a kid, but man, I've really grown to love that mask lately. So that is super sick. I was hoping that the Iowa Joey would be the bloody Iowa Joey, and that is what we got. Oh my God, we just keep going. Deep cuts, dude. We've got the brained Tattoo the Earth clown mask. If my camera will focus. What are we doing? Why are we only having problems right now? I know the rest of these fuckers were in focus. All right, there we go. Brained Tattoo the Earth clown. He didn't even wear this, but that is sick. Next up, I don't even know what this is. Iowa Corey? Yep, gotta be Iowa Corey. Once again, we've got a bobblehead with some bobble action. All right, I'm starting a trash pile up here that needs to go somewhere because I'm running out of room, so. All right, moving on. What is next? There's still so many in front of me that I don't even know what to do. Next up, we've got, let's not even show him. All right, what's next? Next up, we've got, I see a blue suit under, oh, dude. It's not just Slipknot, because here we have Chad Gray of Mudvayne, and this was obviously when he was still in Mudvayne before they kicked him out and they hired whoever is doing the weird Chad Gray cosplay very poorly in this modern era of Mudvayne, but at least we still have the rest of the original members, right? Chad Gray, I miss you. Please come back to Mudvayne. We would love to see it. We can't stand this dude that's currently doing vocals. He's just completely insufferable. Anyways, we've got Sean Crahan with the bat. Nice little mutated West G. His jaw's falling off. Looks like he's been shot on the right side of his face. That's kind of crazy. All right, looks like we're gonna have Mr. Chris Fane, and it looks like his nose got damaged, so I may have to super glue that back together, but it's on a wire, so I can at least show you guys what it's supposed to look like before I get in there and I do some repairs. There we go, Chris Fane. All right, we've got a We Are Not Your Kind clown, and it's even got like the weird kind of reflective finish that clowns We Are Not Your Kind masks had, but this is the red variant. Very, very cool, and we are starting to get down to the nitty gritty. We've got 3 more of the smaller ones and then something that has maybe some sort of base. It's in a little bigger packaging there, so let's keep knocking them out and seeing what's up. This one is sick, I can tell already. We've got another Jay Weinberg, and this is one of my favorite Jay Weinberg masks. I really, really wish that I could get one of these masks. Jay. There we go. The We Are Not Your Kind early, the end so far Jay Weinberg mask with the weird, sad expression, the stretched mouth. Absolutely love that variant of Jay's mask. So, 2 more. We've got a We Are Not Your Kind, the end so far Corey with the kind of black face paint running out of the mouth. That looks super, super cool, and hopefully this is a tell at something that is going to happen in the future. Fingers crossed. All right, one more little guy. It is another gem, looking like a Volume 3 gem there, which is one of my favorite gem looks for sure. And then last but not least of the individually wrapped Funko Pop series, we have got, I think it's a Chris Fane, I can't quite tell. Yes, it's Chris, and it is Chris. Just, I don't even know what is going on here. He's kind of chained down onto this drum, and he is cut in half, maybe like boiling or something. I don't know what exactly is going on there. It looks like some weird Saw stuff, but it is definitely Chris Fane up there being destroyed. That's sad. All right, well, that was a lot. I definitely did not expect that. When he told me he was throwing some extras in, I thought it was going to be like a beanie and a t-shirt or something, but we got a lot more than that. Now my entire desk is just full of stuff. And I'm not complaining by any means, but I just feel like this video took an unexpected turn, and I'm autistic, so I wasn't prepared for that sort of change. Anyways, back to the box because there is still some stuff inside, and then we will finish this video out with the main piece, which you guys already know what it is, but I told you it was special, and you guys will see why it's special here in just a second. So the rest of this looks like it has got some swag in there. There is a beanie, there are some t-shirts, and there may be some little plastic stands in the bottom that I'm going to have to go through the box and examine very carefully. That way we have something to stand these guys up on. But for right now, I'll toss that to the side and we will look at the shirts and merch that he threw in. These are going to be Perry's Music Museum t-shirts, which are always rad. He hooked me up with a handful of shirts and stuff back when I visited him a year or two ago. Man, I wonder how long that's actually been now. Gotta be coming up on 2 years at least. Crazy, dude. Time doesn't make any sense at all. All right, so the next one is going to be, man, I'm gonna wear the shit out of that one. Pocket print, black and white, Perry's Music Museum on the back there. Super, super sick. We got a Perry's Museum beanie, which I always be wearing the beanie, so I'm sure that that will get some use this winter. We've got another Perry's Music Museum pocket print black and white shirt, which again are my jam, so I will definitely be putting that to use. And I believe that this is the same exact thing, just in a slightly different colorway. No, that is a totally different design. Once again, pocket print, which is the way to go, dude. I love pocket print shirts. And then we've got that design on the back there. Very, very cool. I will definitely put these to use. I wear the shit out of my other Perry's Music Museum stuff. And like I said, that's been 2 years, so super, super sick. And then last but not least, aside from the main piece, we've just got a bundle of keychains. We've got a bunch of different stickers. And again, I will lay these out with all of those figures at the end of the video. That way you guys can see everything up close. We've got pins. We've got more. Oh, that's a magnet. I thought this was a sticker. It's a magnet. We've got patches, 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 pins, all sorts of stuff. So he definitely wanted you guys to know where this mask came from, and that works for me because not only do I really like David, but the mask that he gave us is a special version of the Bully. What do I mean by that? It's finally time to tell you. I mean that this is the correct hat. So this is the version that Skinny was wearing on that tour. When you guys see him in interviews or in the live shots that were taken of him playing during that tour, he is wearing the olive hat. Now, all three of my prior copies, meaning this copy right here, the copy that is in Dino's, and the copy that I lost all the way back in 2012 or 2013, had these camo hats. This one has the olive hat. It's the only one that I've ever owned that has the correct hat. So, should this go in my Mushroomhead collection as well? I don't know. Which one am I going to carry around? Probably not this one, just out of accuracy's sake. I don't want to ruin this one if the camo hat ones are more readily available, but this one's also signed, so like, what do I do? Guess I gotta get a fourth copy now. I really would like to leave the one that's in Dino's, but I guess that one could be the carry-around one, and then I could get another copy to keep in Dino's eventually if I ever stumble across one. and then I can just keep these guys nice and put up because, as I mentioned, they're both special for their own reasons. I would hate for the sake of a Mushroomhead collector that this mask would mean a little bit more to for this thing to get ruined just because I feel like taking it out, having it in the field and having fun with it and getting rid of those signatures that someone else would definitely appreciate. But I also don't want to take the chance of ruining this one for the same reasons just because of the hat. So, I don't know. I guess only time will tell. I guess if I find another copy, I will buy that copy and then everything will be fine. But for right now, I'm super happy to add both of these to my collection. So a massive shout out to David Perry over at Perry's Music Museum, and a massive shout out to Todd Klitsch for coming through on these bullies. Definitely some of my all-time favorite Be Something masks, and it's cool that they were used by Mushroomhead, especially because they were used somewhat recently, like within the last 15 years or so. These aren't old 90s Mushroomhead masks by any means, but they kind of fit the old 90s shtick. Vintage store-bought masks in theatrical music, man. There's nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
So yeah, dude, just wanted to quickly document these cool old rare pieces entering my collection and let you guys know what was going on with them. I definitely did not expect this video to turn into what it has, but I think that's pretty cool. So you guys are welcome, and you should be thanking David because he really made the most out of this unboxing for sure. With that being said, I will be dropping David's links down below. Make sure to go check him out. Again, he has one of, if not the most impressive collection that I've ever seen in real life outside of my own. His presentation is just off the wall, and he has a crazy mix of quality and quantity. Definitely gives me something to strive for in terms of how I display my collection. So again, massive thank you to David. I appreciate it. And Todd, thank you for selling me this piece. They will both have happy forever homes here at the House of Masks, and I'm looking forward to figuring out what to do with them. All right, now, as always, I am going to end this video the same way that I end all of the unboxings and reviews on this channel, and that is with some nice up-close shots of these pieces. That way you guys can see all of the beautiful, old, vintage, goofy, but somehow scary detail, and that will be that. So, thank you very much for watching. I definitely appreciate it, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you are subscribed. We are getting extremely close to 200K, and I would love to hit that very soon. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and roll these hero shots. Until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to bullies, and we will see you guys in the next one.